let's start with a breathing and the energy medicine wake up, it's called, and it gets the energy moving. I was on a whole podcast yesterday to affirm how energy, if we want to change a habit, we want to change our lives, that the energy is what really needs to start moving. And that's how we deal with our energy. We can make up our mind, but it's still about the energy. So think about, is there anything that you'd like to enhance or change in your life as we do this? So we're going to just start with the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose and you're out through the mouth. Now I want you to find the collarbones in your chest. So there's a little indentation when you go below that bone, and that is your K27, where all kinds of meridians connect. I want you to thump or tap or press as you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Asking your energy to come forward and move in a positive direction. We don't want it to go backwards. In through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to drop down about an inch from your Adam's apple to your thymus gland. You could use one hand or both, and I want you to press, tap, or thump there as you breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Our immunity system does so many wonderful things for us in this thymus gland. In through the nose, it's our blueprint for authentically who we are. One more breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to drop down halfway between the armpit and the hip to the spleen meridian. So it's a little bit in front, a little bit to the back. So you could press. Might feel kind of tender in there. This is where we process everything: food, drink, thoughts, emotions. Feels sweat, thick. Good eating while you're here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Tap, thump, or you could do it in the field. Press, just intuitively knowing what you need. In nose, out mouth. Last one, in nose, out mouth. Go to one more place, and that's just below the iris, at the cheekbone. A little bit lighter tap, and this is for grounding all the energies together. So in the nose, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. So we're going to dust it off like we're playing in the flower. Shake it out. Let your hands come onto your lap. Lift tall in your spine. And just come into the stillness. Notice what you feel. Any tingling, vibration. Just let the cells speak to one another in the quiet. Blink your eyes open, and we're going to do just a couple rounds of homolateral tap, and then we're going to cross the energy over. So one hand goes to the opposite leg, and you could bring a hand up like towards the eyes so you can kind of see that you're making a figure eight. In nose, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. It could be bigger circles if you want. Little, in nose, out mouth. We're going to do another thing to cross the energy over. Take one hand and squeeze to the shoulder or the neck. Breathe in. Let it go diagonally across your hip, and then come into a forward bend as that leg comes down and off that foot. Exhale. Go to the other side. Breathe in and squeeze. Move down across the hip, off the hip. Go down the leg as you exhale, off the foot. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathe in, reach over and get a nice firm grip. Let it go off the hip. Exhale as you go down that leg. Cross one hand over the body. Inhale, squeeze. Bring it to the hip. Exhale, let it come down the leg, off the toe. One more set. Breathe in. Make it feel good. Let it go across the hip, down the leg. Exhale. Other hand goes across. Breathe in. Squeeze. Across, down the leg. Exhale. Dust it off. Shake it off. So we've crossed the energy over. Now we're going to make an intention. So let your hands cross at the bottom of the spine, at the bottom of those chakra centers, those energy centers, and make an intention for your practice or for this month or for this season. It'd be about health, about relationships, about forgiveness, about your home, anything that feels like it will give you greater purpose, peace. Bring that intention when you're clear what that is. Bring it in and send it up along the spine of the energy centers, like bringing it in and up. When the hands come to the mouth, flip the palms up, stretch, and exhale, send it out into the auric field. Do it 2 more times, breathing in that intention in. Hands come to the mouth, flip the palms, and then exhale, send it out. 1 more time, breathing in, intention comes into those chakra centers. Hands flip at the mouth, reach, stretch, send it out into the auric field, and that's the zip up, and we're going to do a hook up. So 1 hand comes to the belly, 1 come to the third eye, which is between the eyebrows. Use any finger to press in and lift up as you bring all this energy work into your consciousness, and you protect yourself from negative people, places, and things. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, pressing in and up, in nose, out mouth. 1 more, in nose, out mouth. We're going to dust off, shake it out, and let your hands be on your lap. And we're going to just come into a little bit of pranayama. It's called dirgha, D-I-R-G-H-A, 3-part breathing. So just relax. And I'm going to direct you and guide you for calming, finding clarity, finding groundedness in the dirgha breathing. Put your hands on your belly, and when you breathe in, allow the belly to rise so you can feel like the fingers are spreading, and it's 180 degrees. It's front, it's side, and it's back. And then when you contract, the belly is releasing more towards the spine. Breathing in again and feel the belly rise into the fingers as you breathe in till you feel full, and then exhale and things contract. Now move the hands to the side ribs, and the next time you breathe in, feel your lateral muscles move and get wider towards your arms as you breathe in. And when you contract, they soften. Breathing in, expanding, feel those ribs, side ribs expand. And then exhale and soften. Now put your hands back towards the collarbones where we're working on the K27. And when you breathe in, can you feel your collarbones and your shoulders, your clavicle area rise as you breathe in? And contract as you exhale. 2 more, in and exhale. See if there's just a slight rise or not very much at all. Just notice as you breathe in and out. Now 1 hand can stay on the chest and 1 hand the belly. Now do an awareness of all 3 moving. First in the belly, and then to the side ribs, and then into the chest and the clavicle area. And then as you exhale, the first thing that surrenders is the chest, then the side ribs, and the belly. Breathing in, rising in the belly, side ribs, and the chest in your own pace, those 3 parts. And then exhale and release. You don't have to keep the hands here. You could move the hands down. Hello. And we're going to breathe in through the nose, and we're going to let the belly rise, the side ribs, and the chest rise. Just a few more cycles. Knowing that the breath is the cornerstone for your mental and emotional health. that if you find your breath is rapid and irregular and just in your throat, that your mind might be racing and feeling anxious, feeling fearful. But if you can direct the breath down to the belly, you will create more calm and clarity and evenness of thinking. Just a couple more breaths as we rise the whole 180 degree forward and side and back, and then exhale. Breathing in through the nose, feeling those three parts, the dirgha pranayama breath. Let's take one more breath in together, just acknowledging that we are bringing in vitality and fresh oxygen to our lungs, to all our organs, to our bones, muscles, and our minds. And we exhale anything that's not serving us. When you feel ready, if you've created calm, open up the eyes, spread the arms out into the mudra of compassion. Where'd she go? Okay. So flood yourself top to bottom, left to right, front to back with compassion and self-love. Hands to the heart. Namaste, everybody. So we're going to start using this strap and doing a little bit with shoulders. There's one for you. And when you're done with these today, if you could just wrap them up again like you did, that helps to just have a little order in the strap. Okay, so that took us like 12 minutes to do some breathing in the energy medicine, and hopefully you're more centered. So you might try to make them a little bit even, and you're going to open them up so you kind of make it taut and open up so that your arms are going to be able to open, and your hands, if possible, are above your head. If you've got issues in your shoulders, you might be more forward. So let your feet be in Tadasana. So you ground into the big toe, the baby toe, inner and outer heel. So you feel four corners of the feet. And now move that strap over to the right and then turn your head to the left, and you could point the nose down, pulling apart. So it's not just up in the air. It's gone almost all the way down to your hip. Let the arm come down. And then go to the other side, breathing in, and then arms go the other direction, and you turn your head and you drop that nose down. So you're stretching in your neck a little bit too. Breathing in, everything goes to the right. Head turns opposite and point the nose down. And then go the other direction, breathing out. Just find a breath pattern that works. Pull apart so you get some work in your upper body. The nose is pointed down. Breathe in, the head is up, and then I point my nose down. Exhale. Breathing in, lift up. And breathing out. Now we're going to add a little bit of a twist to it. So the next time the arms go over this direction, turn your waist, turn the torso. See if the other arm can go further back. One arm is up, stretching. That arm is further back. Come back to center and let the arm come down, and then turn the waist so you come into a twist. See if the arm will go back and lift the other one. Hello. Welcome. And lift back up and over and turn and twist. One arm is going back. So you're really working in this upper body right now. And then come back up. Arms go to the left and turn and twist any amount. Press. Your arms look great. You're getting lots of stretch there. One more time. Turn, turn, turn. And go the other direction. Come back to center, and let's let those hands just come down and let that strap go. So do you feel the front of your shoulders working a little bit, upper back? Just roll the shoulders. How are you? Glad you made it. Do you know any of these people in here? Visually. Well, introduce yourself. And so you're going to bring the hands on the shoulders and the elbows are forward and go up and back. And then the rest of you introduce yourself to Jessica. Brian, he looks familiar. Now go the other direction. Well, he's actually Hogren and I'm Mills. I kept my name. We're just living together. Don't turn us in, okay? got married for a day and got it annulled. Press the palm up and stretch into the fingers. Pardon me? Some chair and then some on the ground. Some people have a hard time it can be. Now take that same arm, bring it across the body and go ahead and reach at the wrist and stretch that arm across the body and pull it in. And you're gonna just open that arm and then bring it right back to where it is. Open and twist, take a deep breath in, and then bring it back and stretch it across. Inhale as you open into the twist, inhale, and then exhale, bring it across the body. Do one more time. Breathing in and it opens, and exhale. Now take the arm that's up, that's across your body, lift it up, turn the palms to the back, stretch, kind of inwardly rotate your tricep in, lift, lift, lift. And now go ahead and pat yourself. I'm a great person. Say something affirmative to yourself. I'm a magnificent human being. I'm so smart. I'm so something. And then pull that elbow in, stretch so the elbow's up towards the ceiling and the triceps moving back. Stretch. And you're going to take both arms up, take a deep breath, fingers towards each other, deep breath in, hold it, and then you're going to let those hands come down and you're going to make a sigh. Do it again, deep breath in. Stretch, 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 hold the breath, hold the prana, and then exhale and release. One more time. Deep breath in, lift, stretch, press into the feet, lift those floating ribs up. You could have a look up. Exhale. Now let's take the left arm across the body. So hold at the wrist, bring it in as close as you want. You're right, yes, thank you. I know. So yeah, your right arm, and I'm mirroring. Yeah. Now we're going to take it open and come into a twist. So turn from the waist, breathe in, and then bring it across the body and stretch. Just make sure you're doing the other arm. Okay. Breathe in, turn and twist, and breathe out. And then pull that in, the shoulders down, nice stretch in your tricep. No, you don't have to be twisting, but you might be a little bit. Now go ahead and take it up, stretch, 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 turn that tricep inwardly, rotating it, the palms are to the back. Yeah. Goes 4 ways. Yeah, you're super, So you sometimes have challenges where your boundaries are, I bet. Bring the hand here and press back. That's typical for people that are very, very, very fluid in their. Take the arms, release it. And we're going to do some dog and cats in the chair. So let the knuckles come forward and then round your body into a cat tilt. Let the head come down. So you're not forward, you're forward, but you're seated. You're not all the way down in an inversion, you're just forward. Now open the arms into goddess. And then where's the tail? The tail's going back behind you, head is up. Come forward and go back. Let's try 3 sniffs in as we come forward. Out through the mouth. In, 3 sniffs. And out. On your own, so you get to control how long you want to breathe. Try to make a sound. Don't be embarrassed to make a sound. In, out. In, out. Last one. In and out. Over on one side, if you notice, we didn't do a side bend. Your body will not. Yeah. So I know that I didn't go this direction. So if you all are okay. Sometimes I don't remember everything perfectly. Are y'all warm? Is it just me? I mean, there's not. Your skin's cold, but you're warm. And let it down. Let's do a few warriors in the chair before we come down on the mat. So let's take you're moving. I'm moving. So right leg and left leg back. And so remember, this could be bent, or if possible, you can straighten it. You can modify whatever you want. So you're going to add the arms up, and we're doing chair warrior 1. So you can turn your body so it feels like the shoulders and your hips are towards the front, and you could sink as low as you want. Now let the hands come to the heart, and you're going to lift up through the spine and come forward. And let the hands go back behind you and up. To humble warrior. You could bend the front leg and lift back up to warrior 1. And now we're going to turn our bodies and be in warrior 2. So one leg is straight, the other is bent, and the arms, yeah, sort of. So your arms are like this now. Nice. Now, too low. Yeah, especially for you. So now we're going to go to the bent leg and come into a side angle stretch. You're still a good person. Go ahead. We're going to flick the meridians. Thumb to index finger, thumb to third finger, thumb to ring finger, thumb to baby finger, all 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Circle at the wrist. Reverse it, and take that hand and bring it towards the ear. Bring your legs in and come back to center and have a little neck stretch. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to turn. So I'm on the edge of the chair, and I got the front leg bent, and the back one, see if you can straighten it, or do you need it bent? And then turn your hip points, your shoulder points to the front, and add your arms up. So you're going that way. Yep, good. Very good. Lift up through the fingers. See if the arms can come in closer to the ears. Maybe even turn the palms to the back. Most importantly, can your breath be calm? Through the nose and out the nose. Like we did in the beginning, where you feel the belly rise, the side ribs. Now hands come to the heart, lift up in the spine and come forward, and let the hands maybe go behind you. You're going to have to work with them a little bit in the chair, and lift up. If you want, you can connect those hands together. Let the hands come back up to warrior 1 again. And now we're going to open up. So you're going to turn your pelvis and your torso towards the front, towards the center. And you've still got one leg bent, one leg straight, if you can. And then your arms are out. If you could straighten that one leg if possible. And the feet are down, so it's not up like this, but the toes are down and the toes are forward. Like move it even more forward. Yeah. Now come to the bent leg for a side angle stretch. So stretch all the way through that outer heel, all the way to the hip, to the shoulder, to the fingers, and breathe. If you felt like, oh, this is a piece of cake, I want to go deeper, you could take this hand resting here and come further towards the ground if you want. And you could do the whole thing. Exhale, bring that hand back, open back to warrior two, and bend those legs in closer, come back to the front, hands to the heart, and hands on those legs. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. So really that could be like a whole practice of, in the chair, 30 minutes, you're done. It's nice to have sometimes a shorter practice, like you may not have an hour to do a yoga practice. Remember, 10 minutes could be better than nothing, but here we just did almost a half an hour. But let's move now. So everybody has a mat, right? I have that green mat. Who didn't bring one? You can borrow mine if you want, or go, it's up to you. Yeah, that's fine. No, we're not. No, we're not doing that. So we're moving over here. Brian, do you need to do anything? Okay, I guess she was going to go get her own mat. So come seated and sit cross-legged. You can face me. Yeah, face me over here. Three mats. Oh. Nothing like your own mat, right? Thank you. Okay, so sit nice and tall. I had to walk, my feet were black when I got through vacuuming in here and everything, so they at least look presentable now, right? At the bottom of my feet. My toe is healing. It's, my life is not the same because I can't walk to see sunrise yet without limping. So I walk to what I do. So one leg is bent. You're going to lift up and you're going to come forward to that straighter leg. And then you're going to switch legs. So one leg is going to be straight and the other one is out. You're lifting up and you're coming forward any amount. So this is for your hamstrings and your core. See, you're coming up from the hinges of your hip. So you're going to come forward. Yes, so what I do is I drive over to Walgreens and then I walk across to the beach. So it's about, a mile and a half or two. And then I try to do 10,000 steps, but that hasn't been happening since Sunday. Don't you try to do your walking and other ways to exercise? You go to the gym 3 times a day. That's good. And you have 2 dogs? Do you feel your hamstrings? And this works your core just a little bit. Let's just do one more each way. You're coming as far forward as you want. We're going to open the legs wide into a V, and this is going to open up your hips. So open up those legs, and you can get your hands back behind you to lift up a little bit, and then scooch forward. Are you as wide as you want to be? Because you got room. So press those thighs down and flex the feet so that the toes are up. So we're going to do some forward bending and twisting. So just turn towards your right, and put one hand on the thigh, just an easy twist. And if you want to ignite your muscles of your legs, flex the feet so the toes are up. Now go the other direction, just an easy twist. And you're working on getting your legs nice and contracted. So turn and twist, breathing in. Lift tall so the crown's going towards the ceiling, and breathing out. We're going to go into a little bit more of a forward bend. So breathing in, go right, and maybe go to the knee or the shin or towards the ankle. Then spiral the arms up like you're cartwheeling up and over, and start here, but then just come down any amount and lift back up, cartwheel over, breathing in, And then breathing out, go in the other direction. Breathing in. Find your pattern of breathing that can be smooth and steady and comfortable. Main purpose in doing your asana practice, your physical practice, is to keep it steady, calm, and comfortable in your breath. Let's do one more. Up and over. And up and over. We're going to bring those hands up and the legs are wide and candlestick the fingers. So notice just which thumb went on top automatically. Bring your legs together. And when we go back into cat tilt round, and you could go back just a little bit, or maybe you want to just challenge and go back further. Maybe one leg could lift, both legs if your back feels healthy. Come back up. Go back again to cat tilt, leaning back any amount. Try one leg, both, or just keep them on the ground. Your back will let you know. Always take care of your backs. Round, one leg or both. Breathe, breathe, and back. Y'all feel your cores? And up 2 more times. What? One more. Release. Bend your right leg. Cross it. Hug that knee in as you come closer. Take the right hand and then turn and bring it to the side and then back behind you like a kickstand. And turn and twist where your knee is coming up towards the ceiling and you're grounding into that opposite hip so you can feel that stretch in your piriformis. Turn your head towards the back, move the shoulders away from each other, and then bring your head back and look over the other shoulder and point the nose down, and then turn it into a side bend. Drop your shoulders and breathe. Head comes back up. Release that leg. Can this leg go bend behind you? Can it go further out? I'm going for modified pigeon. So if you want to bend this leg, you can. And if you want to keep it straight, you're going to reach towards that extended leg. Feel that hamstring. See if the toe can be up. Now we're going to keep that same leg extended, lift the body up, now bend it. And so you're going to bring the center of the chest towards the center of that shin. Remember, you're going to lift up first and then come forward. Maybe your hands are here where you press one hand into the foot and the foot into the hand to resist, to make it a little bit of a stronger hip stretch. Yes. Remember, it's the heart coming forward. Just the right amount of stretch for you this morning. No pain. Bless you. Thank you. Slowly lift that torso back up, and now take the leg that went back behind you, bring it forward, and take this one that was bent and bring it on top, and then lift this leg. Hands down. And you decide, how deep am I going to come towards that leg? You could bring this leg further back. You could bring your torso more forward. You get to control how much I want to feel that stretch. And then release that leg down. Put that foot inside that knee or inside that inner thigh. Turn your belly towards that knee. Take the opposite arm, Left arm up, lift, 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 and then reach anywhere towards that leg, the ankle, the toe, and use the other hand to encourage a twist in that direction. So you're going towards the extended leg. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Take both arms and lift that torso back up. Bring both legs forward again into Dandasana and take a twist to the right. Just let the hands come over towards the right. Lift that spine nice and tall. Surrender the shoulders. Legs are active. Toes are spreading and flex. Take a deep breath in. Raise the arms back up. And turn and twist. Exhale. 50 minutes is going to go really quick. So lift tall, and then when you inhale and then exhale, you can always go a little deeper into the twist. Take both arms up again, inhale. So let's work with the other leg. So let's bend the left leg now and then cross it over. So it wants to rise up, but you want it to stay down. Hug that knee in. Flex this foot up towards the ceiling. Take this arm and you're going to move. Make sure you're doing the other leg. So some of you mirrored me, and I think some of you went to your other direction. So you decide which one needs to stretch. If you mirrored me, so you're still going to twist towards that leg. Turn, turn, turn. Drop that hip so your hand is back behind you like a kickstand to help you get that nice extension of the spine and twist. Come to the breath over and over again. And then we're going to come out of that twist. Wait, we're going to do something for the head. We're going to bring the head forward. We didn't do that. Drop the nose down and then bring it into a side bend. More space between those shoulders and the collarbones. Let the head come back up. Come out of that twist. Take the leg that's bent and bring it back behind you if you can. You can open up a little bit wider and reach towards that extended leg. Coming back up. Now bend that leg. And this one could stay like this, or you could open it up so it's more in an L shape too. And then I want you to bring the center of your chest, adjust this leg so you can bring the center of the chest towards the center of your shin, lifting first and then coming forward any amount. Remember, that hand could also press into the foot while the elbow and the forearm is encouraging that knee to open more towards the ground. Press foot into hand, hand into foot. Relax shoulders, neck, and jaw, and breathe. Slowly lift the body back up. Bring the leg that's bent behind you, bring those legs in closer and extend that left leg. And then let this one bend. And so maybe that foot is towards that inner thigh. So turn the belly towards the knee, flex that foot, and take the opposite arm, lift up. I think you did that leg before. Nope. Okay, you know, your body's gonna know. And then come forward. Could use the other hand to encourage a little more twisting. And wiggle the hips so that you're really on the rim of your pelvis and you can come forward and breathe. Take a nice deep breath. And then when you're ready to exhale, just let the body rise up. Send those legs forward, and we're just going to point and flex those feet. Point and flex. point and flex, and then circle at the ankles. It hurts you to get down on your knees, right? On that knee. What if we went from standing to a downward dog? Can y'all do that? From standing to a downward dog? Maybe. No, a downward dog. No. So bend your legs, and if you can come over, so you use your good leg to let your body come to standing. You want to do a tree pose? Very good, very good, very good. So take your arms up, deep breath in, let your hands come to your heart and come into Utkanasana. What's it called? Utkanasana. Chair pose. Rise back up, lift. Can you lift the heel? Can you lift the leg? Come back down to a little squat. And when you come up, lift the left heel or lift the leg. You choose. Come back down, little squat. Utkanasana. And lift the right leg or the heel and squat. This is excellent for your hips too. And lift the left. Come back down. Lift the right heel or leg. Very good. Do squat and lift left. And let's do 5-pointed stars. So open up the feet so that your toes are outside, your heels are in, and your arms are open like this. So take up as much space in your body, like you're making a star shape and we're making a constellation with everyone else. Now bring your hands towards your heart, and your knees are going to go not forward, but towards the baby toes. So come into a squat. Careful. Rise back up. Inhale. That's something we're going to practice more, right? Walk your feet in. Now everybody turn so that you're back facing me, and you're going to come to the back. You're facing me. She heard back facing me. You did fine. You're back facing me, and you're at the back of your mat. So I want you to come into downward dog this way. So walk your hands down your thighs, hinge from your hips, hands towards those shins, then maybe hands towards the toes, bend the legs. Can you walk your hands out so that you're in downward facing dog with the feet separated, hip width apart, and the arms separated, shoulder width apart. If possible, I want you to go from downward facing dog, where your legs are a little bit straight but not completely, come to a plank, so your shoulders are going to be over your knees. If that's too much, just let one or both knees down. Go back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to plank. Breathe in, back to downward facing dog. Breathe out, back to plank. Hold the plank. You could let a knee down if you want. And then we're going to come onto our bellies. So come all the way down onto your bellies. Separate your hips, rock those hips. Take your hands and rub them together. And then cover your eyes so your elbows are on the ground and you've lifted your head. So you're in a back bend. So your hands are covering your eyes, your legs are lengthening, you're pressing into the toes that are going back behind you, and you're in a Sphinx back bend. Take some nice long deep breaths here. You can feel your hips, the points of the hips on the ground, but the legs are lengthening and you're lifting up your chest, your shoulders are relaxed, and your hands covering your eyes. It's a calming thing to do when life can get a little stressful, just to cover the eyes and take some deep breaths. Go ahead, uncross, cross those hands, let your forehead be on the cross hands, wiggle the hips again and turn your head to one side. And turn your head to the other side. We're going to do 3 back bends, and you can do them at your own intensity. But first, we're going to start with the forearms down, and your legs are separated. But if you want a deeper back bend, you bring your legs closer together. So it's up to you. So lengthen your legs and press in and let the head tilt back a little bit. So the back of the head doesn't mean you're looking up, just the head tilts back. And this is your Sphinx pose. If you wanted to go deeper, so we're just going to breathe in. The light only stays out for a minute, unfortunately, or like 30 seconds. Yeah, if you know how to make it go. Oh, it's all right. Oh, she kicked it in. And then exhale, come back down. And then lift back up, and you're in Sphinx. So if you want to go deeper, you bring the hands more forward and you lift the forearms off the ground, if your back feels okay with this. So this is Cobra. Breathe in, and then you can exhale, come down. So go back to Sphinx or Cobra, or if you want to go to the deeper back bend, your hands are under your shoulders, and you lengthen the arms, and you leave the tops of the thighs down. The tops of the thighs are down, and you almost try to get. So which back bend works for you? You decide. You like them all? Inhale and then exhale. You come up on whatever back bend you want. Sphinx, breathe in. It's your choice. Go to the deepest back bend if you want. Exhale. 2 more back bends. Lift up and exhale. 1 more back bend. Lift up and come and rest. Shake out your hips, cross the hands, and take 3 breaths. You could practice your dirgha breathing here, where you feel your belly rise, side ribs, and chest. Practice your dirgha awareness breathing 1 more time, and we're going to roll over onto our backs. So, felt like a very short practice. I want you to hug your knees into your chest, and you're just going to lift your chest up towards the knees. Lift as you lift, and then let the feet come down and the arms go back behind you. Do that again. Your knees come in. If you can't see what I'm doing, you might turn your orientation around. Lift, those knees come in, and the chin up towards those legs. The head is up. You're lifting your tailbone, and then the feet come down and the arms go back. Feet are touching, arms are back. 1 more. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, feet down, arms go back. Now I want us to do what's called bridge pose 3 times. So the hands start down with the palms down towards the heels. And we're going to lift those hips off the ground as the arms go back. So lift the hips up and come up into bridge pose. Lift. Your legs are working. Your arms are stretching. It's a back bend. And then we come down 1 vertebrae at a time. The hands come back down towards the feet. Do it 2 more times. Breathe, lift those hips up, breathe in. And then exhale, let the hands come down, let the hips come down, exhale. Breathe in and lift. Stretch those arms, hips come off the ground, use those leg muscles. Exhale, come back down. So I want you to come up into bridge pose, and I want you to hold it for as long as feels good. Lift the arms up and back if you want. Let the feet be in Tadasana, so the toes are not turned out. They're just turned slightly in. And just hold that where you feel like the buttocks flesh is going towards the heels. The leg muscles are working. Maybe the arms are in close to the ears. Whenever you feel ready, I want you to come down starting at the top of the back, middle of the back, then to the waist. Let the arms come down towards your heels. Readjust the back. With the legs still bent, let the knees touch towards each other and the palms are up. The knees will come towards each other. It's a nice back release. And from here, I just want you to move the head over to the right. So the cheeks and the ears are going to the right, and then you move the head over to the left. And you go to the right with your head. And you go to the left with your head. And you do that one more time. I wish that light would just stay off. Go to the right and go to the left. Now let your knees just come up if you brought them together. Let the soles of the feet come towards each other and let your knees fall apart towards the ground. So your feet are on the ground and your knees are open. And this opens your hips. And I want you to, if it feels comfortable to stay here, you can stay like this. If you want to lengthen your legs more, you lengthen your legs more forward. So check in with your body and see if it feels like you want to keep the legs like that, or if you want to lengthen the legs more forward. Scan your body and see if you can soften wherever there might be tension in the body, in the face, neck, the hips, the hamstrings. And let your mind start to connect with the breath, because to be still and now cease movement is really important part of your yoga practice too. See if you can be still. And rest. Maybe in a subtle way you're practicing your dirgha 3-part breath. Giving yourself permission to just rest, relax, and let go. Stay as long as you like.